Hey guys, let's dive in and see what kind of a clean sound we can dial in with bias. When I dial in a clean sound, I like it to work for a few different things. Maybe some clean arpeggiated picking stuff, maybe some funk spanky playing, heck, maybe even throw an overdrive pedal on it for a cool blues lead tone. Let's see if we can make that happen in bias. I'm going to tap on the glassy category, and I'm going to go right to a 67 Blackface Duo. As for a clean sound, you really can't beat a twin. Let's hear what that sounds like. It's not bad, but I think we can do better. I'm going to enter editing mode by tapping on the gear icon here to the right. Okay, now we're in the preamp section. The first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to switch tube types. I'm going to go right to 12 AX7s all the way across the board. I like the way 12 AX7s sound. Next, let's look at tube stages. Now I like the sound of 3 preamp tubes. So I'm going to back off on the gain here. I go between 10 and 11 o'clock there. I'm not going to add any distortion here in the preamp. I am going to raise the low cut frequency, and I'm going to bring up the bias just a little bit. On the post EQ, I'm going to turn all 3 bands on, and I'm going to raise the high shelf EQ just a little bit. Now let's hear what we got. Not bad. We can do better. Now we're in the tone stack. Here in the tone stack, you can choose from between a bunch of different tone stack topologies. I'm going to stick with American Clean for this sound. And I'm going to adjust the tone controls here a little bit. Now these tone controls mirror the tone controls on the front of your amp. So whatever you do here is going to be reflected on the front panel of your amp as well. Now we're in the power amp, and there's a lot we can do here. Let's check it out. Okay, you can choose from between 4 different power amp tube types. I'm going to go to the 6V6 GT. Now let's hear it. Sounds pretty good. I'm going to jack the master volume all the way up, get those tubes really cooking. I'm also going to bring up the distortion just a little bit. I'm going to back off the splitter gain, and I'm going to bump up the power gain just a touch. Now let's hear what we got. We're getting there. Here in the transformer section, you can choose from between 3 different output transformers. All of them have a characteristic sound of their own. You can also switch between 2 different tube rectifier types, or you can switch to a solid state rectifier. I'm going to stay with solid state because I want an immediate response. I'm not looking for that tube rectifier sag. Now we're in the cab section. Here you can switch from between a bunch of different speaker types and cabinet types. You can also switch between a couple of microphones as well as set the microphone's placement. Let's try a couple of different speaker types here. I'm going to try the 212 British 30. Not bad, but we could do better. How about the 212 G12 Green 25? Again, not bad, but we can do better. I'm going to go to the 212 Jazz Clean. Yeah, I think that's the one. I'm going to switch to a C414 mic, and I'm going to place that right on the shoulder there between the dust cap and the speaker. Over here on the grid, I'm going to move it back just a little bit. Now let's hear it. Yeah, we're really getting there. Now bias also gives you 2 separate 8-band EQs. You can place them anywhere in the signal chain that you want. For this sound though, I'm going to leave the EQ out because I think the amp sounds good on its own. Now let's shoot the amp over to jam up and see what we can do there. Okay, now we're in jam up. I've added a delay and a reverb after the amp. Let's hear what that sounds like. I'm going to switch over to single coil mode. Let's see what that sounds like. You can even drop an overdrive pedal in for a cool bluesy lead tone. Check it out. So with bias, there's really not a lot of sounds you can't get. So check it out. I hope you like it.